Well, hello. Today is Wednesday, February 9th. Now we got a slushy mess because everything is melting. We don't have any birthdays today. And I wanted to thank Serena Corona, C-R-K. I'll put it right here. She suggested I put my microphone on top of my hat. We'll see if that works any better because it scratches too much. Some people say they can hear me fine in the car. Other people say they can't hear me in the car. I try to talk louder, but I know that the noise from the road kind of plays into it. But this is getting to be like a slushy mess. There's still like little patches of ice, so I still can't walk. But hopefully by next week I can get back out walking. I'm hoping. I do miss my walks. I walk around in the house, but it's not, as we say, close, similar, not the same. So I don't like to do that. Yesterday I promised you that there would be a video up today with Jimmy's Ask Us Anything, but Jimmy's friend knew a friend, one of those things, that could give him the paint at a really good discount for his house. But he wanted to meet him at the house because he wanted to see, he could judge how much paint he actually needed, the guy that's going to get the paint. So Jimmy didn't come over last night. He went to the house instead. And so tonight we're going to go, well, this afternoon actually, we're going to go, when Jimmy gets off of work, he's going to the house because he's got I guess he's got more drywall getting delivered. I guess he didn't have enough. So he's going to have some more drywall delivered. And then I'm going to bring my questions and the camera and my tripod, and we're just going to sit in Jimmy's house and we're going to do the questions at his house. So how's that sound? So I should get that up tonight, hopefully. So you'll see this video first, and then later on tonight I'll try to get the other one up. Obviously we're on our way to go get Alyssa. David's still working in Flint, which is about an hour and a half away. He would never be back in time to pick her up because Alyssa gets out of school at 2:15, and David doesn't get off work till 2:30, so he wouldn't be able to pick her up till 4. And Cindy's a teacher, and she teaches in elementary school, and she doesn't get out of school till almost 4. So I don't have a problem. I wasn't doing anything anyhow. I'm going to show you after I get done babbling. Jim put the picture onto the board, so show him the process of doing that. Jim's actually feeling pretty good. He said it didn't hurt as much this time as last time, but I think it's because they probably already had the holes or whatever, you know, like for the pegs already staked out or whatever you want to call it for him. So then he took some ibuprofen right away. The doctor had prescribed a heavier dose, and so I convinced him, you know, we've already paid for it, you might as well take it. And I had him put some ice packs on right away, which he didn't do last time either, to kind of bring the swelling down. So last night I did make him some scrambled eggs for dinner, which he had no problem eating, and he had a little bit of toast. I know I keep looking back and forth because it's a hard corner to get out of. I always said I never understood when we moved in here. I kept thinking, well, they'll put a light there any time now. I have no idea why there's not a traffic light there. There should definitely be a traffic light there. And like I've said before, until there's a fatality, which is so sad, they won't put a light there. I don't know, is that true where you live? Where I live, in my area, it doesn't seem like they put a traffic light into a dangerous intersection until there's a fatality. Because we have a lot of dangerous intersections. The one intersection by my house, I think, is rated 5th or 6th is the worst in the state as far as accidents. They've done everything they can to change the light rotations and stuff. It's just a very busy corner. So I think people nowadays are, and I'm one of the included ones on that, are just impatient when they drive. I always think, what's your hurry? But then a lot of times I'm like, maybe I am in a hurry and I want to get there. I don't know. I said it. Anyway, I know that Jimmy's trying not to say basically. I know that people say they don't really notice it. But like, I think if you notice that you have a certain phrase that you say a lot, you try to overcorrect. When I watch The View, although it's getting a little annoying to watch lately. But anyway, Sunny Hostin says a lot. And I always remembered when I took speech class, they always said that is a filler word for when you don't know what you want to say. And so she must not know what she wants to say, because she starts every sentence off with If I was to have a drinking game during The View, I would be drunk by the end of the show, but as many as she says. But anyway, I get annoyed on shows. Maybe because I'm an independent, I just get annoyed when someone is so staunch in their own particular political party that they can't see the other political parties' good things and bad things. Like they only see their party's good things, they don't see their party's bad things. And everybody's human, and you all have good traits and bad traits, whether you like it or not. You have a good trait and you have a bad trait. Okay, this is another bad intersection. This is where Jim totaled the car. Anyway, we have a lot of people. They're just set up so weird. I don't know what it is. It just kind of... Carrie at Weight Watchers with Carrie. I always complained about the roads in my particular area. And when she came and stayed that time with us, when she was coming back from Florida, she spent the night, her and Corey and Corey and Nick and their dog. I forget which dog it was that was with them though. But anyway, she was saying, you were right about your roads. So I did not exaggerate about that. Kylie made some cinnamon rolls in her baking class today at school, so she's going to bring those for Jim. Well, like I was saying with Jim, his surgery went quicker yesterday too, because it was supposed to be a 2-hour procedure, and it was really only a little over an hour. And I think it was because they'd already done the work beforehand. But they do put him completely out. He said he's completely sedated, completely knocked out. He said he doesn't remember going under, and he don't remember coming out. It's just that they just completely knock him out. And he slept most of the way home. But then he said that he was awake most of the night because he slept too much during the day. He'll sleep good tonight. And then he said that today he's feeling pretty good. So good that this morning he had a foot doctor appointment for his, to follow up on his surgery he had for his foot. And he had a bone shaved. And when he came back, he says, why don't we go out for breakfast? And I've decided my new part of my life is I'm going to go out and enjoy my life, but I'm also going to be mindful. And I'm very proud of the fact, I should have just ordered, we went to the pancake house, and I probably should have just ordered a half order of pancakes. I'm not there yet. I'm getting there, but I'm not there yet. So I ordered a full order of pancakes, but I asked for a carry-out container right away, and I put half of the pancakes and the sausage right away into a carry-out container, and only ate half of the pancakes. So I'm really happy and proud of myself for doing that, at least. And so I brought it home. I am so strange. I was texting with Joan at Joan's Point of Plate, telling her how proud I was that I only ate half the pancakes and brought half home. I gross people out because I love a good cold pancake. So I will eat that tonight for my dinner, the other half of the pancakes. I think I ate 2.5, and I have 2.5 that I brought home. I am going to eat 2.5 pancakes cold. I just love them. I love a cold pancake. You just pick it up and eat it. I don't put syrup or butter or anything on it. I just eat it plain, just a plain pancake. And then I'll probably have some of my juice for 2 points. I love it. I can't think of anything that I reheat to, like when I eat it the next day. When I make my meals and I have more than enough for more than one meal, I'll freeze it like a frozen dinner, and then I will heat it up, probably in the oven or the microwave. Those I will reheat. But like if I eat something today and I have leftovers, I'll eat it tomorrow. Like my plan for today is I made a stir-fried chicken yesterday with some rice and green and red peppers and onion and some broccoli and cauliflower and mushrooms. And I had it over rice. And that's a lot. And a pretty big chicken breast. And I only ate half of it. I started my thing yesterday with that. I cut it in half Put half in it because I was going to have the other half for my dinner today. Now that I would have just ate cold. I know, cold rice. Ooh, people say, but soup, I love cold. My soup's got to be really hot or really cold. Nothing in between. And I think it was just mostly for when I was working, I always took just a half-hour lunch because I just didn't want to spend a whole hour when I could get out of work a half hour earlier if I just took a half-hour lunch. So I didn't have time to wait for the microwave because there's only one microwave and everybody went to lunch at the same time. So it was just easier eating it cold. And spent my whole half hour just eating because I'm a very slow eater. They always say that if you're a slow eater, you tend to be smaller in weight. I prove that theory wrong because I am a very slow eater. But like a cold pizza, cold French fries, anything, like if I go to Outback or anything like that, if I bring a carry out for the next day, I'm going to eat it cold. I'm not going to reheat it. And I know you can reheat it in the air fryer. I've tried reheating the pizza like in the air fryer. I just don't have the patience to wait that long. It's just like I'm hungry. I mean, I should plan to eat a little earlier, but I don't. And then I've tried at a cast iron skillet reheating stuff. Yeah, I'm a very impatient person, and I think that's why it's getting to me that I haven't reached my goal yet because I'm so impatient. But I also want to enjoy my life, and I know Joan had that butt. That was such a appropriate video for me the other day. I'm going to leave a link to that video because it really was talking to me. I know she was talking to everybody, but no, she was talking to me. And I know if you watch it, you're going to say she's talking to you. I'll accept that because it was a really good video because it really put things in perspective. I can't say I want to lose weight and then not follow through, and I really haven't been following through. But I think taking the little baby steps this week, like do the half orders. One of the reasons Jim wanted to eat out today is because the only thing he had yesterday was the 2 scrambled eggs and a piece of toast and a glass of juice. That's all he could have because he couldn't eat before the surgery. And the surgery was at 2 o'clock, so he was hungry. So he woke up this morning hungry and he wanted to go. And the funny thing is when I woke up in the morning, I was trying to think of something soft he could have for dinner, and I was planning on having pancakes for dinner because I love breakfast for dinner. That was my plan. But then he said he wanted to go, and you know what? I'm not going to deprive him of, and I'm not going to deprive myself of just going out and enjoying time with Jim. So baby step, half order, would be the best thing. So I don't think we're going to go out this weekend because even though I said I'm going to live my life, I can't eat out. It doesn't mean I got to eat out all the time. So we ate out for the breakfast today, and so instead of eating out this weekend, I'm just going to mention to him that, you know, we already went out for the week. Sunday is Super Bowl, so he's planning on making his Super Bowl treats. I don't like anything he's going to make, so that's not going to tempt me in the least. And so I don't need to worry about any of that. But anyway, so I'm going to end the video now. I'm going to show you Jim preparing the poster board, showing you how he does it. And that'll be it for now, because here comes Alyssa. So I will talk to you guys soon. But I'm going to go to Jimmy's tonight, and I'll make sure I get a video up later on tonight. Talk to you later. Bye. Okay, show them the bottle of what we're using first.
Using Mod Podge.
Mod Podge. Mod Podge. Okay. So we have our board, that we have our puzzle on the board. Jim's got to get his handy knife out so that he can do this. So that you can show us what we're going to do.
Yep. And I've already done the face of the puzzle, but I just put a small thin layer on. I just use a sponge brush and brush it on, and it looks like Elmer's glue, but it dries clear. So like I said, I've already got the first coat on. So you just pick it up flatten it all out. And this is how you would do the front of the puzzle. You just brush it on. The back I don't worry about as much. I put a lot on the back to help hold it together and let the glue get in between the cracks and everything. But that's basically it, as my son would say.
And you too.
But this is how I do the front too, but I just don't use as much on the front. I use a little bit less. But then after you get the whole puzzle done, I did make a mistake on one of our other puzzles. After you get the puzzle done, move it around on your board. Make sure that none has leaked over from the edge onto the board. Because on one of our other puzzles, I didn't do that and it stuck and it ripped the paper. So just make sure you just slide it around a little bit, make sure it's not glued to the board.
Okay, the first thing he's doing is he's putting on the picture hanger. So when he's ready to hang the picture, the apparatus is there for him. Okay, you're filming now.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm using Gorilla Glue, heavy duty, and according to the instructions, you're supposed to shake it for about a minute. And when you spray it, you have about a minute or so to where you can lay your puzzle or whatever you're gluing and adjust it. But what I do is, I'll show you here in a minute, which I should be doing first anyways. I laid a puzzle.
Pay no attention to all the garbage bags. We are storing Jimmy's stuff. My basement doesn't normally look this bad.
No. What I do is I laid a puzzle out on the frame. I eyeball it, which I'm not bragging, but I do have a very good eye. And that should be like very close. Call it 1.25 inches and 1.25 inches. So now what I do is I slide it up just a fuzz and put a little pencil line, and then I slide it to the side just a hair, and I put a pencil line. That way, when I'm setting the puzzle, I just cover those lines, and I know I'm back to where I want to be. So I'll set this back down here. And then what I do is I just spray the glue. I don't worry about getting it lined up exactly to the corners, because what I'll do is I'll make sure I spray the edges of the puzzle real good. I spray the whole back of the puzzle, but I make sure I do all the edges real good to hold. So I'll spray this here. But then you want to be able to spray your puzzle in an area that you don't mind getting glue on from the overspray. But I sprayed a whole back of the puzzle. And I make sure I do the edges extra good. And then make sure I'm putting this on right. And that's it. Then I roll it over so I can, because it's got this bar in the middle here. This way I can press down and get it really good. And that's it. Takes a few minutes to dry. And it's ready to hang.
Very good.